Hi. How y'all doing? Good evening. Good evening. How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing okay. We here. I'm here too. Happy Wednesday. It's Work It Out Wednesday. Y'all know what day it is. Do you know what today is? Work It Out Wednesday. Hey. How's everybody doing? I need you to double tap in. I need you to tell me what program of study you're in. And then I need you to drop those puzzle pieces and please share the live. Thank you. You're new here. Woo! Welcome. I'm glad you found your way to this side of the talk. I am Nurse C, a blessed RN, and I help y'all. we take the anxiety and frustration and fear out of dosage calculations and we put it together like a puzzle. Okay? So leave the math at the door, pick up your puzzle pieces. You got a dosage calc test next Wednesday? Okay. Surgical tech? All right. Term two. Hey, beautiful. Hey, toy toy. Accelerated. Second semester. Hey, whoa, y'all going too fast. Second semester. Where it went to? Oh, save those, calculate flow. Casey, you came in the door ready. That's what I'm talking about. Bible says you have not because you ask not. So I need y'all to be specific. Drop them example questions. Tell me what it is that you need, and we're gonna get through it. Okay. All right. So since we got a couple of new people, I got some rules. This is a very interactive live. You talk to me, I talk back. Okay? This is a very interactive live. I need y'all to double tap throughout, please. That is the cost of tuition here on Him and Talk, TikTok, University, whatever you want to call it. You pay in hearts. Thank you. My dosage calc is in 6 weeks. Okay, we got some time, Felicia. Next week, okay, LPN next week. Oh, Glam Fierce is coming up. Oh my gosh, tomorrow. All right, let's do this then. Let's do it. All right, so the way that I do dosage calculations is I don't do math until the very end. I don't convert. I don't do any of that mathy math stuff. Okay. I will because, people ask me to, but that's not the general consensus. We use dimensional analysis by way of the puzzle piece method. That's my method. Okay. So these are the rules for your puzzle pieces. And let me move myself. Move on over. All right. Always read the question. Okay. So that's the first thing. The second thing is find the goal. So when you buy a puzzle or you have a puzzle, the pieces on the box, well, the picture on the box is what the pieces are supposed to come together to look like. That is your goal. That is what the question is asking for you to solve, okay? So we always going to start with a goal. If we start with what we're looking for, we don't have to go and find it. Next, we're going to put together our puzzle pieces. We're going to pick out the information from the problem, okay? And what's together stays together. What's by itself stays by itself, okay? And then you can flip any puzzle piece. So just like when you got that box with the puzzle pieces in it, you dumped it out and they all fell everywhere, okay? When you pick it up, you reposition it and move it around and flip it, but that puzzle piece is still that puzzle piece. So that's the same type of philosophy we're going to apply to these things that we're going to use tonight, okay? It is okay to flip a puzzle piece. Don't flip a table, but flip a puzzle piece. All right, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Boom, boom. So I'm doing something different here because folks don't like to listen to me when I tell you this. You must learn your metric conversions in order to be successful with dosage calculations. I say that from the bottom of my heart. I don't mean to be mean, but you got to, okay? So we'll start with those. Where is it? I don't see it. Oh my gosh. All right, pop quiz. Do you know your conversions? All right, so remember I told you this is a very interactive live. You talk to me, I talk back. What? Number one tablespoon equals how many milliliters? Put your answer in the chat. Let me see what y'all saying. Wow. Um, 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 um. And Logan, I see you in here. Hey, I'm glad you made it too. I'm just trying to go back through my comments because they come so fast. Simply a nursing student. Oh my gosh. Congratulations. Oh, love it. Love it. Love it. Just watching to get ahead. Sorry. That's okay, Kusi. That's okay. Just stick around and you'll be a pro. All right. So everybody who said 5 milliliters equals to 1 teaspoon, you are right. All right. So there's a nifty little video that I have pinned on the top of my TikTok. If you're on TikTok, if you're on YouTube, then you're gonna have to go find it on TikTok because I don't know if it's posted there. But it's a little tune that you sing this to. So it's teaspoon. Wait a minute. Let me get it so I can write. Teaspoon, tablespoon, ounce, or OZ, right? 5 ml, 15 ml, 30 ml. So one teaspoon is 5 milliliters, 1 tablespoon is 15 milliliters, and 1 ounce is 30. You must know these, okay? And so you see how they're kind of 5 times 3 is 15. 15 times 2 is 30. Whatever you can conjure up to kind of remember or, keep it together, that's what you use. If you like OJ the Juice Man, I got a little trick for you. But if not, then hey. So, yes, you see it? So when you're trying to learn your metric conversions, when you have a whole big just chart full of conversions and numbers, like it gets overwhelming and confusion. Break it up. This is your household conversion, okay? So break it up. Hey, Kevin, go ahead and do your thing, my guy. I see you dropping these puzzle pieces. OJ the Juice Man, keep it 100. Yes. Quarter, half, I don't know. Something like that. Oh, Faye Lee, you passed your test today. Thank Jesus. Oh. All right, y'all. So I know you're probably like, who's Faye Lee? So they're not in the chat right now, but they are on YouTube. So my streams are dual streamed on TikTok and YouTube. They're available for the replay after we finish studying. So make sure you go to my YouTube channel and subscribe just in case, like you see what happened. We went zero dark. What was it, 9 o'clock when it happened? So I still had the sessions, okay? So if TikTok ever disappears again, then YouTube is there, and that's where I'll host my lives. All right. So do you know your conversions? 1 kilogram equals how many pounds? And this is a big one. And my guy Kevin, he's came in the room, and he just tag yourself again because I didn't see it. He's going to help you with your NCLEX breakdown, your testing strategies, how to answer those nursing style questions, because it's not enough to know the content in school. You got to know how to apply it and how to give the question what it wants. Okay. So our answer for 1 kilogram is C, 2.2 pounds. Okay. Nurse Kevin is also on YouTube, Facebook, and IG, The Boot Nurse. All right. So 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. And then we know that 1 pound is 16 ounces. 1 pound can also be 454 grams. So a lot of people don't use that one. I mean, it's not really common, but this is a golden one. You will need this one a lot. We'll use this one tonight. You had 6 people pass NCLEX on Monday. Look at God. That's why I love Wednesdays. Mondays are not my favorite, but Wednesdays, they be popping. It pops because we come in, people have tests on Monday and Tuesday, even Wednesday, and they come back and, pass with flying colors. Love it. Love it, love it. All right. So, do you know your conversions? 1 kilogram equals how many grams? Isn't that amazing? The nurses are coming, y'all. The nurses are coming. I'm doing dosage by weight now. Okay, we got some tonight. We got some, I promise. All right. I see a whole bunch of right answers. B, 1,000, right? So you remember with my cookie analogy. So you have a gram, right? That's one cookie. If you break that cookie down into 1,000 pieces, that's going to be a milligram. If you pick up one of those crumbs that you just broke and you smush it down even further into little residue micro pieces, that's going to be 1,000 micrograms. So you collect all your dust, you collect all your crumbs, and you back at one big cookie. And you want a big back container of cookies, like a big one. We're going to go to Costco because I heard we was boycotting the other stuff. So we're going to Costco, right? And we got the kilograms. Remember, we have a 1 gram, that's a whole cookie. So we want a big container filled with cookies. So it takes 1,000 cookies to go in a 1 kilogram size container, right? So you see how all of these are separated by the factor of 1,000? 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000. Yeah. Puzzle pieces and cookies. I know y'all are going to be in class getting it like, what? Yes, yes, yes. Alrighty. Okay, so we don't got our feet wet. Let's do some intake and output. Boom. Let's do some conversions. A client, they had the intake of the following: 3/4 cups of coffee. Ooh, it's a fraction. 1 can of ginger ale. 1/2 a glass of cranberry juice. And 2 cups of ice. How many milliliters will you record on the intake and output sheet? All right, so intake and output, that's going to be what's liquid at room temperature that's going in the body or out the body, right? So we'll have to convert all of these to milliliters, okay? So we're gonna have to convert cups to milliliters, a can to milliliters, a glass to milliliters, and then, yeah, that's it. That's all we have, right? I was waiting for you to go live. I passed my dosage calculations 100. You got 100 done. Yes, love it. Congratulations, y'all. I'm really proud of y'all. Keep up the good work. The nurses are coming. Hey, you do this. No, you do this every night. Come in here, try to crash my live. You see? Alrighty. Okay, so first things first. We're going to convert 3/4 cups to milliliters. And then it tells us right here in parentheses that 1 cup equals 8 ounces. Okay? So, what are our puzzle pieces? Puzzle pieces are your metric conversions, like what we just kind of practiced, what was in the parentheses, things that equal to each other. Things that equal to each other or go together, they stay together. Things that are single are just by themselves. All because of you. Our tutoring session was the best investment. Oh, thank you. You did that. We just put the puzzle pieces on the table and you put them together. Congratulations again. Oh my gosh. All right. So, what was I saying? What goes together stays together. What's single is by itself. So we've got our metric conversion of 8 ounces. Somebody said my 8 ounces looks like 80. So I'm going to fix it. My bad. All right, boom. Okay, 8 ounces. All right. And then we have 3/4 cups that need to be converted. Now, when you see fractions, I don't want you to panic, okay? Because that's not even something that's whole. Don't let something that's not even whole cause you to panic, okay? That's a whole word for another day. So, what were our rules? The goal is milliliter, okay? So, we're going to find milliliters. So, what do we need? We need an ounce to milliliter conversion as well, right? So, I know that 1 ounce equals 30 mLs. So I'm going to start with that puzzle piece that has the milliliters in it. It's going to go first and it's going to go on top. Okay. So I'll take my 30 milliliters and it equals to 1 ounce. You see, what goes together stays together. What equals to each other stays together. I repeat myself a lot so you can get it. Okay. Boom. So now we've used that puzzle piece. The next puzzle piece has to have ounce in it because my goal is milliliter. I started with my goal, so therefore I know that everything that comes after it has to cancel out. So now I need a puzzle piece that has the ounces in it, okay? Boom, this right here. I had my dosage calculations test yesterday. I made a 90%. I missed two, but I still passed. Oh, shoot. Come on, Lasan Jones. All right. Y'all are so excited. I love it. I love it. Okay. So now we've got this puzzle piece with the ounces in it, right? 8 ounces is 1 cup. Ounces cross out. Now we've got cup at the bottom. We've got this last puzzle piece with our cups in it. What are we going to do about the fractions? Keep the fractions where the fractions are. Isn't that 3 in the numerator, which is the top? Isn't that 4 in the denominator, which is the bottom? All right, so boom, and then you have your cups. So now our cups cancel out. You see how I went from piece to piece, unit to unit, making sure that what's on the bottom is on the top, and that if it wasn't part of the goal, it has to cancel out. So that's how you know what to start with, what's coming next, and what you're looking for. This goal is going to be your best friend throughout the whole dosage calc process, okay? So now that our equation looks like what that goal is, yeah. Sometimes, see, I don't like to convert. I don't like to do nothing. Y'all ask about me. This equation is going to take care of everything every single time, so that you'll just have to pick up your calculator one time and do one computation at the end, okay? Boom. So now we'll do 30 times 8 times 3, which is 720, right? And then 4 times 1 times 1. So we multiply all of your numbers across the top, all of your numbers across the bottom. Then you divide the top by the bottom. So 720 divided by 4 equals 180 mLs. All right, so I'm going to put this up here, and that's going to be my tally, because after we convert everything to milliliters, we'll add it all together. All righty, so next we've got to convert our ginger ale. All righty, so we've got 1 can of ginger ale, and we need to see how many milliliters that is. So our goal is milliliters. And here it tells us that 1 can equals 12 ounces, right? We just saw that how 1 ounce equals 30 milliliters, and then we're just converting the amount in 1 can, okay? So what are we going to start with if the goal is milliliter? I usually add up all the ounces, then convert it to milliliters. Casey, you can add all like terms together. So if all of it was like cups, all of them were glasses or whatever, you can like combine them and then just do one conversion. But see, all of them are different. So it's like one is this, one is that, one is that, you know. So, and then we need to practice. So this is kind of practice putting together the puzzle pieces. So when we get to the harder things, you'll know how to set it up, okay? All right, so boom, we start with milliliter, right? This has our milliliters in it. So it'll go on top and it'll go first. All right, 1 ounce. Now we've used that. We need a puzzle piece with ounce in it, right? That's this one. So 12 ounces is 1 can. Boom, boom. Then we've got can at the bottom. It's not part of the goal, right? Because we already started with the goal. So 1 can is what we're converting, and it's just 1 can. So anything that is single, I put over 1. That 1 is going to make sure you put it in the numerator, okay? So now that's it. All right, we're at the goal. So 30 times 12 times 1 is 360. And then 1 times 1 times 1 is 1. So that's going to be 360 mLs. So I'll put it right here so we can tally it up. Okay. Y'all getting how to put these puzzle pieces. I know we had several people. Well, I had several people say that they were new here. So that's why I'm kind of going over it. I did a beginner session on Monday night. It was just fly by night, random, just session. But I did end up posting it to the YouTube channel. So, if you want to look at that to kind of see what the puzzle pieces are, about your metric conversions. If you need more metric practice, you can look at it. And then I got a whole playlist of stuff on my YouTube. So check it out. And quizzes on my website to practice with. So check it out. All right, boom. Half a glass. So here's another fraction, right? Half a glass equals how many mLs? So our goal is milliliters. And then this tells us that 1 glass equals to 6 ounces. I know that 1 ounce is 30 milliliters. And then I know that we're just converting half a glass, right? 1/2 of a glass. All right. My website, Lydia Grace Cooper. I had to say your whole name. Like I was mad at you or something, or you were in trouble. Lydia Grace Cooper. All of my links are in my bio. It's ABRN, like a blessed RN, tutoring.com. But all of my links are in my link tree. All right. Boom. So what are we looking for? Milliliters. That's what we're gonna start with first and on top, right? So 30 ml is 1 ounce. All right. Whoa, what did that do? Okay, boom. Now we've got ounces at the bottom. So once again, we'll need ounces at the top to cancel out. 6 ounces is 1 glass. Ounces cross out. Now, why does this keep doing that? Stop showing out. Now we got glass at the bottom. So we need to have glass at the top, right? So we've got this little funky fraction again that a lot of people run from. Boom, the 1 goes on the top, the 2 goes on the bottom. And then we've got glass, okay? Boom, boom, boom. That's it. So what do we do? 30 times 60 is what? 180. 2 times 1 times 1 is 2. So this would be 90 milliliters. And I'll put it right up here. So we did this, we did this, we did this. All right, so who knows the rule about ice when it comes to intake and output? Because it's different. Exactly, Casey. Lovable, unstoppable. How do you know how many puzzle pieces? Okay, let's go. We'll go through it. All right, so Casey told us and Lovable Unstoppable told us that with the ice, you have to do half of that amount because does ice stay ice? No, it melts. So therefore, instead of 2 cups of ice, we'll have 1 cup, okay? Don't let that ice throw you off, all right? So what do we have? 1 cup instead of 2. 1 cup of ice. 1 cup equals how many milliliters, okay? So our goal, once again, is milliliter. So I know that my cup is a puzzle piece because that's what I'm converting, okay? So 1 cup. So then I know that 1 cup equals 8 ounces. This is just simple conversions that we commit to memory, okay? Boom. So then I know in my puzzle pieces, if I'm looking for milliliter, I need something else that is milliliter, right? And I know that there is an ounce to milliliter conversion. So that has to be another puzzle piece too. Okay, so 1 ounce is 30 ml. So that's how I know all of my puzzle pieces are there. And if you ever start to put them together and you see that something isn't crossed out that needs to be canceled out, it's usually a conversion, okay? So that's how you can kind of tell too, because what's on the top has to cancel out with what's on the bottom. They explained it to us. Ice has all that space between each cube, so half to compensate. I don't know, just half. We just gonna say half. I thought it's because it melted. I don't know. But hey, it is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. Boom, 30 milliliters will go on top because that's the puzzle piece that has my goal unit of measure in it. So it'll go first and it'll go on top. So 30 ml is 1 ounce. Next, I know that I've got ounces on the bottom. It's not a part of the goal, which we already achieved. So everything else has to go away and be canceled. This puzzle piece has ounces in it. 8 ounce is 1 cup. Boom, boom. It's gone. Now I have 1 cup. That's the only thing that's left is your 1 cup. So you see, everything is gone. That's how you that's how you tell when you're finished, because all of your units of measure are gone. So the juice and the sauce and all of that it comes from the units. Your equation is going to set your numbers up to where they're in the numerator and the denominator so that they're multiplied and divided how they need to be to give you the answer, the question what the answer is, to get the answer for what the question is looking for. Boom, slow down. All right. So you must write your unit of measure by your numbers. That's how you know what comes next. That's how you know what crosses out. Okay. So 30 times 8 is going to be 240. And then divided by 1. So it's 240, right? So now we've converted all of our liquids and we can add all of them together. All right, so 180 plus 360 plus 90 plus 240. I got 870. Eliana! Eliane! Eliane! Tejada! Yes! Felicidades! Come on, girl. Love it. Congratulations, everybody who's coming in here passing these dosage calculations tests. Love it. We're going to defeat dosage all 2025. You forgot the ice, Marlon. Don't forget the ice. De nada, chica. Hey! Love it. All right. Okay, so how did you get 180 for the 3/4 cup? So I already did that. You're gonna have to look back at the replay. Cammy! Oh, congratulations. Y'all, we clap for everybody. Why just half the ice? Zamina, you have to somebody explained that they said in class, because I've been out of school, because I've been a nurse for like 15 years, but I just knew we had to have the ice. I thought it was because it melts. Somebody said because of the space in between it. Either way it goes, you don't give the whole amount, you give half. So if it was 4 cups, we would count for 2. Since it was 2 cups, we counted for half. Okay? Half the ice. All right. Okay, we done warming up. Let's get to it. We go from 0 to 100 real quick. Here we go. Because a lot of people are scared of these drops per minute. I don't know why, but we're going to puzzle piece it together, okay? So, let me tell you. With an IV, you can give an IV 2 ways. You can, we already at 10K thousand almost. Look at y'all. Thank you. All right. So, with an IV, you can give it 2 ways. You can give it via gravity or via pump, okay? When it's a pump, it's usually going to ask you for milliliters per hour. When it's gravity, it's going to ask you for drops per minute. Hey, Nurse Amber, Nurse Glambert, y'all. Go ahead and pin yourself. That's the other half to the dynamic duo. She'll pin herself at the top. Nurse Kevin was in here earlier. This is his partner in crime. They tag team and they duke it out with this NCLEX, right? So make sure you attend her lives. He goes live Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I think she goes on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So they show you like the questions how I have up here, nursing style questions and how to break it down, how to pull it apart, okay? So y'all, yeah. I do have a maintenance dose problem. I sure do. All right, so boom. When you're doing gravity, right? It's drops per minute. Either way, it's asking you for volume over time, okay? If you writing this down, write it down, highlight it, circle it, underline it. Volume over time. So on a pump, it's volume milliliter over time, hour. In this case, it's going to be volume drops, like a drop, over time, minute. Okay? So, why did you go from ounce to cup and not cup to ounce in the last one? Ounce to cup? I don't know. You have to watch the replay. It's gone. Once it's gone, it's gone. You got to be a little bit quicker than that. And then you see how I got like squirrel. All right. Focus. All right. So, boom. A patient has ordered for drug B has an order for drug B, 60 milligrams every 6 hours, over 15 minutes. Drug B is diluted in 25 milliliters of D5W. The tube and drop factor is 15 drops per milliliter. How many drops per minute will the nurse give? All right, so we did step 1. We read the question. Step 2 is find the goal. What is this question asking for us to solve for? What's the goal? Y'all let me know in the comments. Okay. Drops per minute. So that's volume over time. Okay. So there is some fluff in this. There's some fluff in this house. Okay. Okay. All right. Forgive me. Forgive me. And then we've got company too. For those who aren't used to me, I am very not serious. I'm going to wake up and shock myself one day. But this is serious. Okay. So serious face. There is some fluff in this question. That is information that is important and part of the whole and complete order, but not needed for what we're needing to put together with our puzzles, okay? What did I say the goal was? Volume over time, right? So do you see a volume? What is our volume? What is the volume that's in here? 25 milliliters. So that will be a puzzle piece. And remember, it needs to go over time. We got 2 times. So which one are we going to use? We are going to use the infusion time. The time they want it to go into the vein. Not the time that has every in front of it, okay? Every is the frequency. So when you see every 8 hours, 6 hours, 12 hours, 4 hours, whatever, or BID, TID, QID, that is telling you how many doses are in the day. How many times you would give that dose in a day. Is this asking for drops per day? No, it's not. So therefore, this is going to be fluff. Is it asking for milligrams, grams, micrograms? This is going to be fluff too. What is our time? 15 minutes. And since this is a gravity drip rate question, we always need the tubing drop factor. A drop factor is when you have that squeeze chamber on the tubing and you know where the drops fall. That's how many drops it takes to administer 1 milliliter of fluid and or medicine. Okay, that's all a drop factor is. And you have all sorts of sizes of macro drops, big fat juicy drops, and only one micro drip set, which is going to be 60 teeny tiny drops, which is usually reserved for the NICU babies and peds. Okay, all right, boom. So now we can set up our problem because we got rid of the fluff, we got our puzzle pieces, and we've got the goal. Okay, so what do we start with if we're looking for drops on the top? Your content is helping lots. Be yourself. Christine, I can only be me. All right, so because I have a goal of drops on the top, I'm going to start with that first goal, and it's going to be first, and it's going to be on the top. So this is that puzzle piece. What's together stays together, okay? So 15 drops over milliliter, okay? Now, I've got milliliter at the bottom. Is milliliter a part of the goal? Nope. I already got the top goal. I need minute at the bottom. So milliliter has got to go on the top, right? 25 milliliters over 15 minutes. My milliliters cancel out, and now I've got drops on the top and minutes on the bottom. Puzzle complete. See? That was fun, wasn't it? Okay, 15 times 25 is going to be 375 divided by 15. It's going to be 25 drops per minute. Easy work. What y'all said? What y'all said? What you said? Any questions on anything that I've done on this question? Because once I go and I lose it, it's gone. Why would it be 25 and not the fraction given? Okay, so let me explain something too. I'm gonna show you something. Part of a complete order is going to be the name of the drug, the amount for one dose, the route, which is how it goes inside the body, the frequency, okay? And then this is the rate for your IV, okay? So it says that drug B is diluted in 25 milliliters of D5W. So D5W is the swimming pool that drug B is swimming in. If you drain that whole swimming pool, wouldn't drug B go down the drain with it? All 60 milligrams of it? Yeah. So once you give that fluid part that the drug medicine is swimming in, they get that drug too. So that's why we don't need the milligrams. Because remember, we're looking for volume, total infusion volume over time, total infusion time. So that's why we don't need the 60 milligrams. Sorry, I misspoke. Don't come for me. Now, the frequency is how often we are going to give this. They want them to have one dose of this medicine in their IV every 6 hours. So 6 hours comes around, you give it. 6 hours comes around, you give it. 6 hours comes around, you give it. Okay? So if there are 24 hours in a day and you're giving this medicine every 6 hours, that would be 24 divided by 6, which would be 4 doses. We're not asking about how many doses are in a day, how many milliliters are in a day, how many milligrams, none of that. That's how you use this to kind of go through the question and weed through your puzzle pieces, okay? All right. Never, ever, always over. Exactly. All right. Hey, MK. But I like how you explain that. Cool. I try to put the hay where the goats can get it, okay? Alrighty. Reconstitution. This one trips up a lot of people too. So, reconstitution. Big word. Add liquid to a powder. Shake it up. Give it to your patient, okay? When you are looking at reconstitution problems, you are needing the milligram per milliliter, the gram per milliliter, the milli equivalent per milliliter, the drug concentration, how many drug whole pieces, molecules, particles, whatever you want to refer to it as, in the liquid part, okay? So if they don't give you a drug concentration, it's how many whole parts per liquid parts, which makes the solution, okay? All right. Boom. I haven't learned this yet. I'm going to just in case. That's okay, Haley. Stay here. Just stay here. All right. So, a patient. This one was sent in to me. So, it's a little off, but I'm going to do it. A patient needs 1 milligram of medication. The drug handbook states that each gram of this medicine is to be mixed with 10 milliliters of water and given over 3 to 5 minutes via IV bolus. After preparing the medicine, how many milliliters per minute would you administer if you do it over 3 minutes? Okay? So, what is our goal here? Because this is a lot of words. Wordy word, right? Milliliter per minute. So, milliliter per minute. So, our patient needs 1 gram of medicine, 1 milligram of medicine, and it tells us that we need to give it over 3 minutes. So we'll put it over 3 minutes. 1 milligram is going to be over 3 minutes. Did I miss a congratulations? Lydia! Yes, congratulations. Hi. All right. So, now, the drug handbook tells us that each gram needs to be mixed with 10 milliliters. So that is what's going to be our concentration, okay? So 1 gram is going to be 10 milliliters. Okay? So that's all it basically gives us, and it's that it needs to be given over 3 to 5 minutes. But it tells us right here we're going to be giving it over 3 minutes. Okay, so if we're looking for milliliters, what are we going to start with? Milliliters, right? So that's this puzzle piece. I'm going to flip it exactly. So 10 milliliters is 1 gram. All right, so we got the top goal, right? Now I've got grams at the bottom. My other puzzle piece has milligram. Can I put a gram on top of a milligram and expect for it to cancel out? No, because remember when we talked about those cookies? That gram is one big cookie. That milligram is one thousandth of a crumb, right? So therefore, we have to put in a conversion. So you know what comes next by what's at the bottom. If it's not a part of the goal, then it has to cancel out. If you don't have it with the puzzle piece that you already picked out, then you can use a conversion, okay? That's how you know what to start with. That's how you know what comes next. That's how you know when to put your conversions in. Let the goal be your best friend, okay? So 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams. Boom, boom. All right, now I've got milligram on the bottom, right? So I can use my puzzle piece to get 1 milligram over 3 minutes. And milligram crosses out. Now I have milliliter per minute. And this number is going to be really, 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 really small. Because if you got 1 gram, 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams, right? In 10 milliliters. So that's like a 0.1, if you reduce it down, concentration. So you're going to give like little teeny amounts every minute for 3 minutes and push it over. But it's okay. Because somebody sent me this question. I said, okay, I'll do it. I liked it. So I said, I'll do it. All right, boom. 10 times 1 times 1 is 10, right? So then we've got 3 times 1,000, which is going to be 3,000. So 10 divided by 3,000 is going to be 0.003 milliliters per minute. You make this look easy. I try my best. I don't want dosage calculations to be intimidating. I want y'all to pass it because it's very doable. The math is not like calculus or trigonometry or any of that. So, I mean, it's puzzle pieces. What's together is together. The most that you're going to do is multiplication and division. Maybe add or subtract, because we did the intake and the output. But just simple math. That's it. It's really where you put things exactly, and the puzzle helps you to put the units and the numbers in the places that they need to fall. Show the calculator trick. Okay. All right, so the calculator trick. I don't like to write down a lot of numbers, and because sometimes when you get to bigger stuff, you have like 0, 0, 0, 0, right? So what if you miss a zero? A zero can make or break the question. So therefore, I keep everything inside the calculator. So my trick is you multiply all of your numbers across the top. So 10 times 1 times 1. And I don't even put the ones in because they don't make a difference. So then I'll hit divide. And then I'll enter all of my numbers on the bottom, but I'll hit divide in between those. Okay? So I'll do 10. Then that's the end of that line. Divide 1,000, divide 3. And then that's how I got the answer without having to write it down. So I'll go over it several more times. I have a video on there on my YouTube channel showing you the calculate trick. I got all kind of stuff. Y'all need to check it out. Check it out. Let's see. How often do I do these sessions? You're welcome, Jessica. No, not Mondays. That was just a fly by night. Like sometimes I come on randomly, so make sure you have your you follow and you have your notifications on. But Sundays and Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time, and then the rest of my time I'm doing private sessions. So yeah, okay. I'm so scared. Yasmin, you got to go out the classroom and come back in, and you got to leave scared and fear and afraid and anxiety, all that stuff at the door. We're just doing puzzle pieces. It's okay. We're very helpful. I just failed one of my dosage Count Proctor's exam. Do you have another retake? So would you say that's I missed it. I'm sorry. Not gonna lie, I'd rather do dimensional analysis than ratio and proportion. Ratio and proportion and desired over half only work for real if you are mathy. Like if you understand where things go, if you have minutes, hour, and you know that you gotta divide it by 60 because it's asking for minutes. You know what I'm saying? It's real easy to leave out stuff. In this step, like this, you know that you've got everything completed and canceled out because it's gone, like it's canceled out and you see it. Why did I put 1 milligram over 3 minutes? It tells us that a patient needs 1 milligram of medicine. Okay, so remember, we're working with relationships. 1 milligram of medicine, and then it says how many milliliters per minute would you administer if you do it over 3 minutes. So that medicine has to be given over 3 minutes. 1 milligram is what's ordered. This is your time. So it goes together. Even if you had it where you didn't put it together, you would still put the 3 on the bottom where the minute was and the milligram on top and just have it by itself. So it'll work for you. Would you say that a trick for dosage is memorizing conversions? Absolutely. To be successful at dosage calculations, you must know your conversions. And the better you know them, the easier it is for you. Love how you came up while doing my dosage yes, Claudia, hey. Do you have any drops per minute? I got some more coming up, so let's move on along. I feel like I'm talking too much, but I'm trying to get to everybody's questions. The conversions are usually saved for the beginning of the session. That we start off with conversions and how to convert them and what we know about them, and then we go right on into the harder stuff, okay? But luckily, we are streaming. I am streaming on here and YouTube. So once we get done studying, you can watch the replay. You can watch my other videos about how to convert your units from household to metric to metric. I got all that stuff. So if you don't want to watch the whole hour and however much change we're on, then you've got videos that will show you how to do exactly what I'm doing. And then the workbook. I'll show y'all about the workbook after I do this question. How do you know what number goes over what? Where did 1 gram over 10 milliliter come from? Because it was a relationship. All right. So remember a concentration, a drug concentration. It says that each gram, so 1 gram of medicine had to be mixed with 10 milliliter. So 1 gram has to go in 10 milliliters. Okay. Nurse C, quick question. Is the puzzle piece book a spiral? Yes, it is. Oh, boom. So this is what it looks like. It's big and it's cute and it's broken down and you got puzzle pieces in there. I'm trying to keep up everybody's questions and study, and yeah, so that's what it looks like. It's spiraled, and then there is a PDF. All right. Thank you so much. I wish I could stay. I got to go do some homework. Okay. Thank you. I'm glad you came by. 2 out of 20. I got a 80. Okay. That's what's up. We can do it. Drops per minute. We're coming. Jojo, you watching on YouTube too. Thank you. A to B, remediate, but we don't get a new grade. Oh, man. Can you show dimensional analysis? This is dimensional analysis. That's all I'm doing is dimensional analysis. To get a private session with me, you will have to go on my website, which is in the link in my bio, and then you could choose a time, or if you don't see something that's going to work with you, just send me a message and we'll see what we can do. Do I have formula problems? The most of formula problems I have is like BSA, fluid volume maintenance and stuff like that. Everything else we use dimensional for. Yeah, because I went to the link and it has a different stuff. What different stuff? It should be my website. Hey, KK's mom. Hey. No, 2 out of 20. Okay, got a 72. Passed my dosage test. Oh, shoot. Congratulations. This has helped me so much. I understand the basics before I take farm and medication math. Awesome. I'm so glad to help. All right. Next one is a weight based. Well, is this weight based? Yeah, this is weight based. Cool. All right. Boom. The doctor prescribes drug X infusion at zero point 0.5 mics per kilogram per minute. The patient weighs 160 pounds and the bag reads 20 milligrams per 100 milliliters. What is the infusion rate in milliliter per hour? Sorry, it's supposed to be per. Okay. Boom. What is our goal? What are we going to start with? Okay. That's what we're looking for. Milliliters over hour. All right. So, this is a weight based IV problem. You will need three things: P, P, and P. So, we'll need the patient's weight, we'll need the prescribed amount. So, the prescription is zero point 0.5 micrograms per kilogram per minute. And the last thing that we'll need is the product. That's your medicine, right? So 20 milligrams over 100 milliliters. All right. So if the goal is milliliter per hour, what are we going to start with first? Okay. So this one has our milliliters in it, right? So what do we do? Flip it. Exactly. So 100 milliliters over 20 milligrams. All right, we've used that puzzle piece. Next, we've got milligrams at the bottom. So I'll know I need milligrams at the top because I've already got the top goal, right? So our puzzle piece right here has micrograms. Can we put microgram on top of milligram? All right, Toy Toy, I see you. Okay, so we have to convert. Exactly. So that's how we know what comes next. Are y'all picking up these puzzle pieces and putting them together? Is it making a little bit sense? All right, boom. So I know that milligram will be on the top, microgram will be on the bottom. 1 milligram is 1,000 mics. Okay, so now we can put this one on the top. And remember, what's together stays together. Okay, so now I've got kilogram and minute on the bottom. I need hour on the bottom. So both of those have got to go. Okay, so my weight is in pounds. I have kilograms. So I'll do my 1 kg is 2.2 pound conversion. And now I can put my weight in pounds on the top. And since it's by itself, we'll just put it over 1. Anything that's single, leave it by itself. Put it over 1. It's single. The last thing that's left is minute. I need hour. So I know that 60 minutes is 1 hour. And that's everything crossed out except for milliliter at the top and hour at the bottom. Puzzle piece complete. So now, remember what I said for the calculator trick? I'm going to put in all of my numbers across the top with multiply in between. So 100 times 0.5. I don't put the ones in. They don't make a difference. Okay? Times 160. Whoa, I messed it up. 100 times 0.5 times 160 times 60. Divide. You see how big that number is? All those zeros. What if you forget a zero? Oh my gosh, no. So then I hit the divide button. So I got 20. Divide 1,000. Divide 2.2. Equal sign one time. And that's the answer. 10.9. Okay. Let's say this asked us to round to the nearest whole number. If We rounded to the whole number. What would our answer be? You didn't join at the end. You're good. Stay right there. You stay right there. And then if you want to watch the replay on the parts that you missed, it's going to be on my YouTube channel, A Blessed RN. All right, boom. So I see we know how to round. Awesome. 11 milliliters per hour. Does anybody have any questions on this one? Weight base could be a little doozy for somebody, but this is when those puzzle pieces really kick in. And I love it. These are like this and the microgram per kilogram per minute one. Those are my favorite. Favorite. Anybody got questions? Okay. Yes, you can't go wrong. Exactly. You see how everything at the bottom and the top cancel out. You know what comes next by looking at that unit of measure on the bottom. So if you're not writing your units of measure by your numbers, then yeah, you're going to get lost because you don't know what comes next. Just had our practice exam today. Real one is Friday. Found you at the perfect time. Hey, what is it? Doodle Bob. That's what's up. I'm glad you're here. Will each professor have rounding rules? They should. They should tell you in the question, like if you have ATI or HESI or your professor makes the test, they should tell you what to round to. Okay. Y'all got these tests coming up. What did you do to remember conversions? Yinka, I got a video on my YouTube channel. Actually, yes. And it's on the dosage calculations basics list. And yeah, I'm so proud of me. Look at you, Glam Fierce. Oh, thank you. I'm so exhausted. Can you do teaspoons and tablespoons? I did those already. You can look at the replay at the beginning. You got to get 100. You can do the 100. We have to have no leading or trailing zeros. Absolutely. Okay, I'm so confused. Where did you get confused at? Everybody else good? Y'all let me know. This is the time. This is the time to get all of your qualms out. So you can go to the classroom and won't have to raise your hand and be like, well, what happened? Like, I don't know. So, yeah. Can you please put the next question and give us 3 minutes to do it and later we correct it with you? I don't know. I'll see. When will you post it? It's directly after we get done studying because I'm streaming now because a lot of us migrated over to YouTube when we went 0 dark 2100 at what date was that, the 19th or whatever, the 18th, whatever that day it was. So I've always had my channel up. So once we get done studying, I stream to both places at one time so then you can watch the replay. So you basically have to use all the conversions and numbers that's in the problem. For this one is a weight-based problem. So you need the patient's weight, you need the ordered amount, which is the prescription, and then you need the concentration of the medicine, which is your product. I don't understand the dimensional analysis. I learned with the formula. Okay. 3 teaspoons is one tablespoon, and 15 mLs is 1 tablespoon. Absolutely. You got it. You just bought the book. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Vicky. How do you like it? One step closer to getting that RN. Yes, love it. Okay. We're going to do some more. This says P Safe Dose Ranger. Oh no. I might want to come back to that one. Hold on. Is that the same one? Yep. Boom. That's fluid volume maintenance. That's drop factor. I'm trying to see that I have another one with weight based. Let's see. I'm coming back to it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, so this is a weight based too, okay? So order is Med A 0.55 milligrams per kilogram by mouth every day. Available is 30 milligrams per milliliter. The patient's weight is 62 kilograms. How many milliliters would the nurse administer to the patient? So what's the goal? What are we looking for here? Okay. So remember what I said about weight base? You need what? The P's, right? So patient's weight, 62 kilograms. Okay, note. A lot of people want to say 62 kilograms per day. Does 62 kilograms equal 1 day? Mm-mm. 1 day is 24 hours, right? Don't do that. Just leave it by itself. Things can be single. Remember, because we put them over one. What's single and by itself stays single. What's together stays together, okay? All right, so then our prescription is 0.55 milligrams per kilogram, okay? And then our medicine, our product, is 30 milligrams per milliliter. All right, so what are we going to start with if we're looking for milliliters? Milliliters, right? Okay, so ml, that's this one, over 30 mg. Next, I've got milligrams at the bottom, so we've already got the goal, so we know that everything else has got to go, right? So then my milligrams will go on the top, right? So 0.55 mg per kilogram. My milligrams crossed out. Now I got kilogram at the bottom. I've got a puzzle piece with kilograms, right? So 62 kg over 1. Boom. Everything is now gone except for your goal. I made a 100. Hey, big old hun done. Love it. Do you do any lives with just basic conversions? Okay. Doodle Bob. I did one. When I say it, I kind of think of Uncle Luke. We were like, Doodle Bro. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, I'm back. Focus. I did a session on Monday night that I just posted to my YouTube last night. Was it last night? Maybe night before? I don't know. I posted it. So basically, it was like a beginner friendly session because on Sundays and Wednesdays, we start off with conversions and then we go into all kind of stuff. Okay. All right. So, okay, you're welcome. Calculator method, 0.55 times 62 divided by 30, which is going to be 1.13666. Okay, so what if this asked us to round to the nearest tenths place? What would our answer be? Excuse me. I had to make a 100. So I got so nervous, but I did it. I told you could do it. Y'all got to believe in yourself. First things first, y'all got to change y'all mind frames. A lot of people keep on coming in school. Oh, I'm so nervous, so scared. I don't know. Oh, I got to make a 100. Oh, what? Why not you? Why can't you make a 100? If you don't believe in you, who's going to do it? I believe in you. I believe you can put these puzzle pieces together and you come in here and I'll be like this. Yeah, you can do that. Change your mind. Change your mind. Leave fear at the door. Anxiety at the door. Leave self-doubt and insecurity at the door. Okay? It's not conducive to a good study environment. It's not conducive for your physical health, your mental health, your spiritual health. God did not give us a spirit of fear, but love, power, and a sound mind. And I'm done. Okay? All right. Boom. All right, so our answer would be 1.1. And don't forget, y'all, make sure that you round and that you label, okay? Especially if you have a written test, make sure that you label because I've seen people not pass it because they did not label, okay? So do that because I don't want y'all to be on the second, third attempt for something crazy when you're putting together these puzzle pieces. You need help with rounding? Okay, we can do rounding. All right. The doctor orders vancomycin, 750 milligrams. I fixed it. Can you see it? What's wrong with it? It's good now? We're good? Okay. The doctor orders vancomycin, 750 mgs, IV piggyback every 12 hours. Pharmacy sends vancomycin, 750 milligrams in 100 milliliters of D5W to infuse over 90 minutes. Calculate the milliliter per hour for the IV pump. Round to the nearest whole number. All right, what is the goal? Girl, we appreciate you. Oh, it's gone. I was just reading it. Well, what I did see is thank you. I appreciate you guys too. Thank you for your likes, your shares. We're at 14K likes. Let's see, can we get to 20, y'all? I know that's a lot, but hey. All right, milliliter per hour. Milliliter per hour. All right, so. Ooh, Allie, you put in a microgram per kilogram per minute. Oh, you know I got to come back to that. I'm going to swing back to it, okay? All right, boom. So, milliliters per hour. Remember what I said earlier when we had this IV debacle, right? Volume over time. What is your volume? This is how we're picking out puzzle pieces. We're using the goal to pick out our puzzle pieces, all right? What's the volume? $100 milliliters. Very good. So, guess what's getting crossed out? Guess what's getting crossed out? Okay. What is the time? Do you remember? What's the time? What's the time? I see two of them. I see two of them. I see two of them. Y'all. Okay, we got mixed. We got mixed. We got to mix. We got to mix. Remember what I said. With every, that is your frequency. That's how often you give this medicine, this vancomycin, right? That's not it. You don't use the one with every, okay? Someone said never, ever, always, over. Exactly. This literally tells you to put it over 90 minutes, okay? So remember that. Remember that. All right? Boom. So now our goal is milliliter at the top, which is okay, but we've got minutes at the bottom. So what else do we need to do for us to complete our puzzle? Mark K says that too. Oh, the legendary Mark K. Okay, we need to convert. Exactly. So we know that 60 minutes is 1 hour. Boom, boom. Now we are at the goal. Milliliter per hour. Okay, does this make sense to everybody? 100 times 60 divided by 90. It's going to be 66.6. 100 times 60 divided by 90. Okay, yeah. And then we're rounding to the nearest whole number. So we've got this. Then we need to round to the whole number, right? So you start at the place that it tells you to round to. So everything to the left of the decimal is the whole number. So we need to go one decimal place to the right, which is going to be the tenths place. If this number is 5 or more, then we raise the score. If it is 4 or below, it's the no-go. All right? So therefore, since this is a 6, we're going to raise our score, right? So it'll be 67 milliliters per hour. Can you explain, please, how it cannot be 750 milliliters? Because it's not milliliters, it's milligrams. So you see, this is not asking about grams or mass, right? It's asking about volume. See, that's a milligram. We need a milliliter. That's how you can use your goal to help you pick out the fluff. Okay? Keep your goal first. Exactly. Thank you, Nursey. You're welcome, Faith over fear. I love it. Faith over fear. Yes, 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 yes. You're welcome. So remember what I told you about the swimming pool? how the medicine is swimming in the pool full of, what is this, D5W now? So if you drain that pool, all of the medicine that's swimming in is going to go down the drain too. So you've got this whole bag of IV fluid with 750 milligrams swimming around in it. So that medicine goes into your patient. Yes, definitely pay attention to the goal. Even if you don't like the puzzle piece method and dimensional analysis, this goal, having it like first and putting it there and trying to figure out what it is that you're actually looking for, it helps. It really does. It really helps. Okay. Alrighty. So here's something else. All right, boom. The doctor orders the following IVs for 12 hours. 500 milliliters of D5 normal saline with 1 ampoule of multivitamins. And then we've got 250 milliliters of D5W. Okay, the drop factor is 10 drops per milliliter. What is the infusion rate in drops per minute for both fluids? Okay, so let's go with number one. All right, and we're going to figure that out. Got a 100. 100 because of the puzzle pieces. Love it. Congratulations, Mai. Can you explain the pool again? Yes. So when you have a pool, okay, so on this one, right, our pool is filled with 500 milliliters of D5 half normal saline. Well, not half normal, D5 normal saline, right? That's the type of water that it's in. It's a solution. You'll learn about IV solutions in school, okay? So, and then it says it's got multivitamins, 1 ampoule of multivitamins. So those multivitamins are swimming around in the D5 normal saline. If you drain that pool, and it's got the big drain, right? All of the water is going to go out when it's going to have the contents that's in the water in it too. So just like you have a pool full of liquid with something swimming around in it, you've got an IV bag full of solution with medicine swimming around in it. It's not really swimming because it's not live, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, so once you give all of that liquid part, the solid molecules are going to be given too, right? That's the medicine. So therefore, when you have your IV solution problems like milliliter per hour and drop per minute, you don't need the milligrams on there or whatever it is. You need the volume over the time, and that's infusion time. Okay. Start with it, then you'll end with the goal. Exactly. To get rid of you, put the opposite because you left it on the. Hold on, Mary B. You lost me, girl. It was like you lost me. I'm sorry. You got to say that again. All right. So this first one, our goal is drops per minute, right? So what is the volume? 500 milliliters. And it tells us that it's for 12 hours. That's our time. Our drop factor. Remember, you need those for your gravity drips, okay? It had a character limit. Okay, because I was like, huh? You lost me. Yeah, I was following along, but then it just shoot. Okay. So if we're looking for drops on the top, we always start with what we're looking for. That unit of measure that's on the top. So 10 drops over milliliters. Now we have milliliters at the bottom. So we need milliliters at the top. That's this one right here. So 500 mLs is over 12 hours. Milliliters cancels out. Now we've got hours at the bottom. I need minutes. So the last thing that we have to do is 1 hour is 60 minutes. Puzzle complete. That confused me. Why is 500 milliliters? I thought we were looking for over. So this one is worded a little bit differently. Somebody said then sometimes they'll look like the regular schmegler order. Sometimes they'll look like this. So the following is for 12 hours. It says 4. So this is the time that it needs to go over. Okay. All right. So 10 times 500 divided by 12 divided by 60 equals 6.9. Is that what y'all got? And then, of course, this needs to be a whole number because have you ever divided a drop? It's either one drop or not, right? Drop it like it's hot. All right. So if we rounded this to the whole number, of course, we go to the tens place. It's a 9. So that's going to bump it up to 7 drops per minute. Okay. So the second IV that was ordered to go over 12 hours is 250 mLs of D5W. Okay. So we did number 1. Let's do number 2. So again, we're looking for drops per minute. So 250 milliliters of D5W is to go over 12 hours. Our drop factor is 10 drops per milliliter. Why would we use the 250? That's the second drop. See, in there it says what is the infusion rates in drops per minute for both fluids. So it's 2 separate orders. Okay. I think it helps also to cross out the puzzle pieces once they're used so you don't use them 2 times. Yeah, exactly. You're okay. All right, boom. So 10 drops per milliliter because we always start with our goal. Boom. You start with what you're looking for. You don't have to go and find it. So 10 drops per ml. Now we have 250 ml over 12 hours. Milliliters crosses out. Ooh. And then we've got hours at the bottom. We need minutes. So 1 hour is 60 minutes. Boom, boom. Puzzle complete. Why would we use the 10 drops? Promise, Tia. This is a drop factor. Okay? When you are looking for drops per minute, I sound like Kamala Harris when I say that. Okay? Sorry, focus. All right, so the drop factor, when you're doing gravity problems, because remember you can give it on a pump or you can give it via gravity. When you're giving it via gravity and you're letting the drops fall, you need a drop factor. That drop factor is how many drops it would take to give 1 milliliter of solution or medicine. So you're always going to need a drop factor and you're going to need your volume over time. All right. So we got 10 times 250 divided by 12 divided by 60. And that's going to be 3.47. All right. If we rounded this to the nearest whole number, what would be our answer? Start at 3. Go 1 decimal place. It's a 4. Remember 4 below? It's a no-go. All right. 3 drops per minute. Always round like they want you to and always label. So the 500 does not matter. This 500 was its own separate order. We had 2 orders on here. So we just do the 2 for 1 or 2 for whatever. Pump equals milliliters per hour. Tubing is drops per minute. Yes. Y'all liking these puzzle pieces so far? What y'all think about it? I do have critical units. And then somebody had put one in the whatchamacallit. So this is the book. This is the puzzle piece approach. Okay? This is what we've been doing all night. Okay? Okay? All right. Boom. That's what's in it. I got a physical version. I got a PDF ebook, right? So you got your equations, your abbreviations, your common routes, your abbreviations, what the puzzle pieces are, how you figure out what is fluff. I got everything broken down in there. How to round, how to change from military time to and from military time. Okay? And then boom, all the rest of this stuff is in the book, and it's over 300 plus practice problems. It's broken down step by step. So stuff like that to show you this is where you cross it out. This is how you put it over. That's the goal. The puzzle pieces sprinkled all throughout there to give you hints and tricks and show you fluff. Yeah. So I call it plug and play. I like that too. Drea, oh my gosh, don't get me started on the publisher. Like, never, if you're gonna make a book, don't put it out around the holidays. So the production time is like 3 days, and then it ships in about 3 or 4. So it takes about a week now. They got real backed up, and I was real hot, real hot. But the if you have the digital format, it's available for immediate download. Love it. Thank you. You're welcome for bless. Thank you. You said for blessing you. You're welcome. God is good. He blesses me to bless you. Conversion factors are difficult for me, and you made them easy. Yes, 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 yes. It's in the link in my bio, Aaliyah. Um, Okay, let me see. And then, so like, that's one of the practice problems. Y'all want to do one of these problems? Y'all want to do this one? If you want to do this one, put a one in the chat. We'll do this one. We only look at the tenths place. J. Marie, yeah. If you're rounding to the whole number. One. All right. So remember, when we are looking for the rate of an IV, it's milliliter per hour or drop per minute, right? This is one of the IV time completion practice problems. So you're always going to have your milliliters per hour first. That's the rate. That's how fast it's going. Then you can use the time that it tells you. Yeah, I'm going to zoom in. Then you can use the time, okay? All right. So this is going to be a two-stepper. Rest in peace, DJ Unk. That's the reason I got bad knees now, walking it out in college. That tells you how old I am. All right, boom. The doctor orders epinephrine, 0.05 micrograms per kilogram per minute. The patient weighs 110 pounds. You're supplied with a 20 ml bag of epi that reads 50 micrograms per milliliter. How long will it take for the bag of epinephrine to completely infuse? Okay. All right. So what we'll need to do is find out our rate first. That's going to be step one. See how many milliliters per hour. So we're going to solve that part just like a regular schmegular weight-based IV part, okay? So we'll need to know how many milliliters per hour. Why is my thing so thick? Ugh. All right. So what do we have? What are our puzzle pieces? We've got 110 pounds. We've got 0.05 mics per kilogram per minute. And then we've got the concentration of the medicine. So remember the 3 P's? I put the 3 P's in the book too. All of my little sayings are right there. Okie dokie, hokey pokey. So, milliliter per hour, right? So we'll start with our milliliters. So ml over 50 micrograms. So now we've got that canceled out. We've got micrograms to put on top, so we don't have to convert anything. Because remember, you have to have the same unit of measure on the top as you do on the bottom. Okay? So, the micrograms are gone. Now we got kilograms and minutes. So, our patient's weight is in pounds, right? So, 1 kg is 2.2 pounds, which will convert our weight for us. Nursey, why don't you convert anything before? Because why? Why, when the whole problem will work itself out and I have to do one computation, don't have to worry about all the digits that's coming after the decimal? Do I round? Do I keep this number? You know what I'm saying? Just do one computation and be done with it. Okay, anywho, 110 pounds. All right. They're gone. And then I need hour at the bottom. I have minute. So 60 minutes equals 1 hour. Boom, boom. Okay. So now I'll have my goal, my milliliters per hour. So 0.05 times 110 times 60 divided by 50 divided by 2.2 is going to be 3 mLs per hour. Okay, so this is what we're going to need. We need how many milliliters are in the bag and how fast it's going in order to find out the time. Okay, when you're looking for IV completion time, you're welcome, Faye Lee. Good night, baby. When you're looking for IV completion time, we're going to use the unit of measure for hours. That's what's going to be our unit, okay? So we're going to be looking for how long it takes. How many hours will this take to complete? So our puzzle piece is going to be 3 milliliters per hour. That's the rate that it's going. That's how fast it's infusing, okay? And then it says that we have 20 milliliters in the whole bag. So that's the whole volume that has to be infused. So that's how long it's going to take for this to run out, right? So 20 milliliters. So what are we going to start with? We're going to start with hours. So that's this, right? Hours over 3 ml. Now I got milliliter at the bottom, so I'll put my 20 milliliters at the top. Boom, boom, crossed it out. 20 divided by 3 is going to be 6 with a whole bunch of more 6's behind it, right? So this part is the hours. Anything that's the behind the decimal is going to be the minutes, okay? So don't you put 66 minutes on here, because that's not 66 minutes. Because remember, the decimal is 66 pieces out of 100, right? So this is however much that is out of 60. So whatever comes behind the decimal, you take it and you multiply it by 60. And that's what's going to be your minutes, okay? So 0.66 times 60, I just take it to the hundreds place. That's enough. If it's significant to round to the whole number, you'll see, because like it's 39.6, right? So that's going to be 40 minutes. So it'll be 6 hours and 40 minutes. I passed my dosage with a perfect score. Hey, Lulu Bug, congratulations. So excited. So excited. Okay, can you show how you would round it to the nearest hundreds? So if you are rounding 0.66666 to the hundreds, you would go right here and you start at the hundreds place. You start at whatever place it tells you that it wants you to round to. Then you go to its neighbor, 1 decimal place to the right. If it is 5 or more, you raise the score by 1. So it'll be 0.67. So that would bump that up to that, okay? If you were rounding. Banana, you're going to get this rounding. I got rounding videos too. Okay? Y'all like that one? It was a twofer. But if you know that you need milliliter per hour, which is your rate, how fast it's going, then you can find your time. You're welcome. I got safe range. Hold on. Alrighty. Let's see. Safe range. Here we go. This is what y'all really came for. Safe ranger. Typo. That was hard. It was a little different. It was just a 2-step. But we did one of the ones that had the what's it called? Weight-based IV rates. And then we just used the same puzzle pieces to find the hours. So you have to know that you're looking for the rate, which is milliliter per hour, and then you can find how many hours it takes to complete that whole bag. That was a little bit different. All right. A provider orders drug A, 300 milligrams by mouth every 8 hours for a patient who weighs 75 pounds. The recommended oral dosage is 20 to 40 milligrams per kilogram per day in divided doses every 8 hours. The maximum dosage is 2 grams per day. How many milligrams per kilogram per day is the patient receiving? And is this a safe and therapeutic dose? Ooh, this was a little different pediatric safe dose range, but it's a dose range nonetheless, right? I got the other kind too, but decided to shake it up a little bit. All right, boom. So, what's the goal? What is this asking for us to solve for? Milligram per kilogram per day. Okay? So, what do we know we have? We have our patient's weight that is 75 pounds. Okay? That's by itself. We know that this is one dose, right? So this right here, we're not touching. That's what's already established, okay? We're looking at strictly the order. So we know that 300 milligrams is one dose. And then how often do we give a dose in a day? Remember this that's when you're going to need that one, because we need to know how many doses are in the day, because that's what the goal requires, okay? So in one day, how many doses are we going to give? Well, if you have 24 hours in a day, divided by 8 hours that you give a dose, that means that we have 3 doses in a day, right? Milligram, kilogram, dose, day. All right. So all this other stuff is reserved for the safe dose range, which we'll use to compare what we get, okay? So what are we going to start with if we need milligram on the top? Crystal. Yay! Congratulations. I lost count. Everybody's been rocking these dosage tests, and I love it. The nurses are coming, child. The nurses are coming. All right, exactly. So we'll do 300 milligrams per dose. All right. So now we've got the top goal. So then what else do we need? We need kg in day at the bottom. So you don't necessarily have to have them in that order, okay? I thought we don't use every for your IV problems. That's the frequency. When you're doing your IV problems, you're needing to see how many milliliters per hour. This one has day in it, because what is a frequency? A frequency is how often you give a dose in a day. This goal requires something with day in it. So that's why we have to use this, because it tells us, yeah, in the day we give 3 doses, okay? So now we've got dose on the bottom, okay? So I'm going to need dose on the top, right? So this has it. So I'm going to cross out what I got. So 3 doses is in one day. Boom. All right. So that's the second goal, right? So now the third goal is to have kg on the bottom, right? I've got pounds. So what will I need? A conversion, okay? So what we're going to do is put kg on the bottom. 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. Now that my kg is on the bottom, I got to get rid of these pounds that's on the top, because it's not part of the goal, right? So guess where I got my 75 pounds? I'll put it right there on the bottom so that it'll cancel out. And you see how you just count, you're just putting, it's like a puzzle. It's like a puzzle, man. You're just canceling out your units and trying to make it look like the goal. And that's that. So now we can solve the problem. So 300 times 3 times 2.2 divided by 75 equals 26.4 milligrams per kilogram per day. All right, so we see that the safe dose range is 20 to 40 milligrams per kilogram per day. So that is your safe zone. You can't give any less than 20. You can't give any more than 40. Okay? So what we came up with was 26.4. So if we gave more than 40 or less than 20, that's your red zone. So if 26.4 is what they're receiving, is that dose considered a safe dose? Is it in the green zone or is it in the red zone? It's safe. It is safe because it fits somewhere right up in there, right? So you see, this was different, but it's the same kind of safe dose range. You finding what it asks you for. You have established parameters, and you see, does it fit in the green zone or does it fit in the red zone? It's safe and therapeutic. Okay. Does first dose? I don't think so, Philly. It might not. You might start off with like the tablets and the liquids and the orals and the metric conversions and all that stuff. It did for you, Bree. Oh Lord, have mercy. What program are you in? Sorry, 26.4 milligrams per kilogram per day. What do we do with the 2 grams? Absolutely nothing. That was just telling you that they can't have more than 2 grams in a day. That was their absolute max that they could receive. So if you would have gotten 2.1 grams and in the from the order, you couldn't give it because the max was 2. I had one question like that only in my exam. Man, would you round it to 26? I mean, you could. You could. That was rounded to the whole number. But if you rounded it or not, it still was in the green zone. I have my dose calculation quiz next Wednesday and I have to make a 91. That's an odd number. Like 91. What? Okay, did we just do this one? Yeah, we did. Okay. Okay, this one is fluid volume maintenance. Okay. Only round if it's in the question. I had to get a 100. It's okay. You can do it. All right, so fluid volume maintenance is a little different, child. It has 3 formulas. 3. So, you know what? This is going to be easier to do this. See, this is my tutoring page. Oh, okay. If you go to study and quiz resources, go there. Okay. And if you go down, you see these are all the free quizzes that you can go and practice with. Okay. So, and then that's the IV course if you need IV help with any drips, milliliter per hour, time completion, all of that. So down here, boom, that's your study sheet. So these are the 3 formulas that you have for fluid volume maintenance. This is how much fluid that a child would need in a 24-hour period to maintain the vascular volume, okay? So if a patient weighs 10 kgs or less, they get 100 milliliters per kilogram, okay? If they weigh 11 to 20 kilograms, they get that 1,000 plus 50 milliliters per kilogram for every kg that's over 10. Then, if they weigh over 21 kilograms, you get 1,500 plus 20 milliliters per kg. Okay? So, there are 3 different formulas. Y'all know how I feel about formulas. I hate memorizing formulas. Because, like Lovable Unstoppable said, I'm tired and overwhelmed. Thank you. Exactly. Because formulas are not my friend. So, this is what we're going to do. We're going to look and see what this question was. All right, we got a patient who weighs 38 pounds. We're going to calculate the 24-hour maintenance, okay? So the first thing that we need to do, and then we're going to see how what we need to set the IV pump as milliliter per hour, okay? So first thing we're going to do is convert our pounds to kgs. So if we're going from 38 pounds to kgs, my little Apple Pencil just scrabbled. Lord have mercy. Come on. 38 pounds equals kgs. So 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. I got 38 of them. It'll cross out on top. Boom. 38 divided by 2.2. It's going to be 17.27. I'm just going to do it to the hundredths place. Okay. All right. Because we need kgs, Philly. That's what those formulas that I just showed you, they go in kgs. All right, so the formula, I'm gonna show you the formula way, and I'm gonna show you the easy peasy lemon squeezy way. Okay, so the formula is 1,000 milliliters plus 50 milliliters per kilogram, and that's for every kilogram that's over 10. Okay, so we have 17.27, so we need to see how many kilograms is over 10. So that's going to be 7.27. That's what we're going to use in this part of the problem, okay? So 50 milliliters per kilogram times 7.27 kilograms over 1. Kgs cross out, and this is going to give us our milliliters. So that's going to be 50 times 7.27, which is going to be 363.5 milliliters, and we'll add our 1,000 that already came from the other part of the formula. So in total, this is how many milliliters we would give. Okay? All right. So, I don't like formulas. Told you that, right? And all of that adding, subtracting, and all that, yeah, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. So it was our patient's weight. This was our patient's weight after we converted. So 17.27 kgs. All right, so you remember those three formulas that I showed you, right? We're going to break this down into threes if we can. We're going to do 10 kg, 10 kg, and then whatever's left. If you can't do the third kg, it's going to be the first 10 and then whatever is left. Okay? So we got 10 kilograms. And then what's left is that 7.27 kgs. So you remember that formula was, the first one was times 100. That second one was times 50. The third one was times 20, right? So what was that? 100 times 10 is going to be what? Your 1,000. Remember that part was in the formula? Boom. So you already got it. Then that 7.27 times your 50 was your 363.5 ml. Boom. You add it together, and this is your total. Miss C, SOS after the live. That's not dealing with the what? What happened? Hold on, what I missed? Yes, it's in the formula. Okay, so if we had, I like the easy way. Yeah, Cap, girl, I almost said your name out loud. I could. Oh, you was gonna make me say that out loud. Oh my gosh. You just gonna make me say your name. All right, boom. You Capricorn. Yes, I figured you would like the easy way. All right, so remember when I showed y'all the formulas, right? That first formula was 100 milliliters per kilogram, right? The second one was 1,000 milliliters plus your 50 milliliters per kilogram. But you had to subtract your 10 kgs, and then you had to use that in the formula. And then the third one is if they're over 21 kilograms, right? You have to subtract your 20 kgs from it, and you give 1,500 mLs. So just like right here. And you might not have gotten to this yet, Philly. So just hold on. All right. So let's say the patient weighed. Well, hold on. Let me finish it out because the second part is how many mLs are needed per hour to deliver the fluid maintenance. Fluid maintenance volume is the amount of fluid that you would need to give them to maintain the vascular space over a 24-hour period. So therefore, you would simply put your volume that you just found over 24 hours, and that is the number that you would enter on your pump. Okay. All right, boom. So 1363.5 divided by 24. It's going to be 56.81. So what if we rounded this to the nearest whole number? What would it be? What would it be? 57. All right. Milliliters per hour. We're going to learn this tomorrow. Okay. All right. So that's how you would do it. So let's just say, I'm gonna block this out so you won't be looking at it like, but it said 38 pounds. Let's say our patient weight, yes. Because I'm going to show you how to do it with the 3. Yes, Sarah, it's on YouTube. It'll be available as soon as we get done. And I'm almost done because my head hurt and I'm tired. But all right. So let's say our patient weighed 25 kgs. Okay. So remember, the formula has, if they're over 21, you would do 1,500 plus your 20 milliliters per kilogram. But we're not going to do that. We're going to do it the easy way. So we're going to break it down by 10, 10, and the rest. Okay? So 10 kgs, that's 10. Boom. Another 10, that's 20. Then the rest is 5. That equals 25 kilograms, doesn't it? The first 10 is going to be multiplied by 100 milliliters. The second is going to be multiplied by 50. The third is going to be multiplied by 20. So 100, 50, and 20. So this is automatically 1,000. This is automatically 500. And then what's that? 150 times, 5 times 20. Yeah, that's 100, right? Yeah. Okay, boom. And then you just add them all together. So that's what, 1,600 milliliters? And then if they wanted you to find the rate that you would put in the IV pump, it would be over 24 hours. So 1,600 divided by 24 would be 66. Well, we're just going to round it to 67. You only use this method for maintenance. Yes. Can you explain why each one is? I sure will. All right, back to what we was looking at. All right, so these are the formulas. You understand? Yay. Okay, can you explain? Okay, so the first formula is for the patient that weighs, what's it a no? I lost what you said. What you asked me? Wait a minute. Y'all going too fast. I told you my hair hurts too. Let me see. Okay, I'm sorry. What to know? You have a question. Why 20 and not 25? What? Can you explain why each one? Yes. Do you have a YouTube channel? Yeah, it's on YouTube. I thought you froze. Shut up, Kim. I was reading. Go ahead and finish explaining. I'm sorry. All right. Look, it's late into the session. I've been going since 8 o'clock. And we made it to 20K. 21 likes. Thank you. Yes, it'll be on there. Okay. All right. So these are the 3 formulas. So please answer Sarah's question. I think I am. Who is Sarah? Yes. Okay, boom. So these are the 3 formulas. If they are 10 kgs or less, they just get 100 milliliters times their weight, which is in kilograms. If they are 11 to 20, they get this second formula, that 1,000 milliliters plus 50 milliliters per kilogram for each kg that's over 10 kgs. So you would have to take their weight and subtract it by 10, and then that's what you use in that 50 milligram per kilogram part. The third formula is if they're over 20 kgs, right? And you give them 1,500. So you see how each formula kind of adds that value from the first part to the milliliters that's already there, plus the 20 milliliters or the 50 milliliters. So that's why the first one is 100, the second is 50, and the third is 20. But it's not making you do that extra step of subtracting. So let's say somebody said, what if they were 45 kilograms? Okay, you would do 10, 10, and then the rest. Okay, because that's 10 kgs, 10 kgs, 25 kgs is 45 kgs. So remember that first formula was 100 ml. Okay, that second formula was 50 mLs. Boom. The third one was 20 mLs. And then you just know that this is always going to be 1,000. That second one is always going to be 500. So now you just got to do 25 times 20, and that's going to be 500. So they'll get 2,000 milliliters per 24 hours. Kevin, I'm so tickled. Thomas over here like I was reading very intently. If they only weigh less than 10K, what would we do? Just times the 100? Yes, exactly. You got it. Because the first formula is times 100. I love you. Got 100% my ATI dosage. Oh, thank you, Queen Mari. Congratulations. All right, you get it now? Y'all get it? Med student, super. Ooh, we got a doctor in the house. Be nice to the nurses, okay? All right, Hayes. Appreciate you coming in on the live. Yeah, y'all got it. Are these recorded? Yes. These are recorded. They're on my YouTube channel, A Blessed RN. All of my socials are on my link tree. That's in my bio. It's a Blessed RN on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. I got Lemonade and Fanbase, but I ain't really messing with those too much. It's too much as it is. But I stream here, and then once we get done studying, it's available for the replay right then and there. Sending love nursing and lives. It provides so much useful patient care knowledge. Yes. You got the right thinking so far. Love it. How did you solve for milliliters per hour via the equation for the original problem? For the original problem with the 38 pounds, I did it the same way. So once you, cause what was the weight? What was the weight in kilograms? 38 divided by 2.2. It was, well, buddy, slow down. It was 17.27 kgs, right? So we did 10, and then we did the rest. Boom. So that was times 100, and then this was times 50. So that was automatically 1,000. And then 7.27 times 50 was 363. That's right. So when you add it together, that's 13, 6, boom, boom. And then to find how many milliliters per hour, remember this is a 24-hour fluid maintenance. So we're going to put it over 24 hours. All right. So boom, we got milliliter at the top. An hour at the bottom. So you just divide it by 24. So 1363.5 divided by 24 equals 56.8. And we just rounded it to the whole number to get 57 milliliters per hour. Oh, and thank y'all for the gifts. I didn't even see it. Like, y'all like, put your glasses on. Turn your hearing aid up. I'm sorry. Thank y'all. Please know that charge it to my head and not my heart. I appreciate it. Appreciate y'all getting me to 22,000 likes. Thank you for the shares. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for all the feedback. Coming back and let me know that you passed in your test. I love it. I've got a problem that I've got to do. Casey, what? Is that what it is? Wait a minute. It was a problem that was all the way back up there. It was a microgram per kilogram per minute, and I really, really wanted to do it. I used the Apple Pencil. That was too. That part was too fast. As a current nursing student, I'm always coming in. Nara, you. I had did it before. I was just doing it again. So it's on the live. So if you want to go back and watch the replay, if you missed it, then it's there. My lives are so helpful. Thank you, La Rubia. Hey, La Rubia. All right. So, okay, wait a minute. It was a problem that somebody had put on here in the chat, and it was a microgram per kilogram per minute. And those, if you've been here before, you know that those are my all-time favorite, because that's what I use to make believers. Because you know by now, I don't like formulas. I don't like pre-converting. I don't like adding steps. I don't like doing anything that makes it difficult. My goal is to make dosage calculations as easy as possible and as fun as, because like once you get it, I think you really like it. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's just me, but whatever. Um, so I really kind of discourage people who just start out with desired over half because it's easy. It is easy, but once you get to here it go. Once you get to the harder topics, it's so much better to just put your puzzle pieces together. Okay. All right. So this one comes from the comments. The order is 800 milligrams mixed in 500 mLs of D5. Okay. The pump is at 15 milliliters per hour. The patient weighs 60 kgs. Our goal is to find how many micrograms per kilogram per minute. Okay? Boom. I knew I was going to find it. Alrighty. So, if okay, well let's write our puzzle pieces so that we can see them. 800 milligrams per 500 mLs. Okay, it's going at 15 milliliters per hour. The patient weighs 60 kgs. So what are we going to start with if our top goal is microgram? We're going to start with micrograms, right? Do we have micrograms? No. We got milligrams. So what are we going to start with? Micrograms. I said what I said. Always start with the goal, okay? Because we can convert exactly, Yvette, exactly. Yes, Leonie Princess, yes, exactly. All right. So 1,000 micrograms is 1 milligram, okay? So now we've got milligrams, so we could put our 800 milligrams over 500 milliliters. Boom, boom. Now we've got milliliters at the bottom, so I need milliliters at the top. That's our 15 milliliters per hour. Boom, boom, crossed it out. All right, so we've got the first goal. We're coming up on the second one because we got hour at the bottom. I need minutes. So what am I going to do? Going to use my conversion. So 1 hour is 60 minutes. Boom, boom. Second goal, we got it. Now the last thing to do is have kgs at the bottom. I've got a puzzle piece with kgs. Where am I going to put it? Am I going to put it on the top or am I going to put it on the bottom? Am I going to put it on top or the bottom? So we all have the test tomorrow. Thank you. The bottom. The bottom. Why? Because where is it in the goal? Is it in the numerator or is it in the denominator? It's on the bottom in the denominator. So that's where I'm going to put it. Boom. Remember, you're trying to get your equation to look just like that goal. All of your units of measure have to match the goal, and that is the end. So something that was kind of really a critical drip problem, somebody asked about it earlier, this would be your critical drip. You would have a drip that's going, your patient's weight, your concentration of your medicine. You're trying to see how many mics per kilogram per minute they're receiving. So we'll do the calculator trick. 1,000 times 800 times 15 divided by. Look at that. Look at all those zeros. It's a lot of zeros. What if you forgot one? What if you didn't put one back in the calculator? See what I'm saying? Keep it in the calculator. Divide. 500 divide 60 divide 60. So that would be 6.6 repeating. So I'm going to round it to the nearest tenths place. Mics per kilogram per minute. I would drop the mic, but I'm not going to break my pencil. Why would the one be at the top? Because remember when I said what's single is single and you put it over one? Well, guess what goes at the bottom this time? That number, that puzzle piece, right? So we just flipped it. So just like if it was at the top when we are canceling out in the weight-based IV stuff, this one needs to be at the bottom because that's where the goal told us to put it. So it's just a little placeholder to show you that the kgs are at the bottom on this one. They're not at the top. Makes sense? Makes dollars make sense. Yeah. Okay. And then I got one on I got one more on YouTube. All right. So a cyclovir is 400 milligrams IV piggyback. That's what IVPB means, okay? Every 8 hours. Q 8 hours. And then it's dissolved in 100 milliliters of 0.9% normal saline. All right. And it's to be infused over 1 hour. Okay. How many milliliters per hour should the IV pump be programmed for? So our goal is milliliter per hour. All right. This is pop quiz, final, whatever you want to say. I'm going to see who's been listening and see how we can get through this fluff. All right. What is the volume in this problem? What's the volume that we're going to use? You've been listening. Okay, we're going to see, Kevin. You've been cutting up, too. Exactly. All right, so that's step one. The volume. Volume is liter or milliliter. Okay, drops. So we know we got 100 milliliters. That is our volume. What? This is what's going to be the kicker. What is the time? Because we got to have hour at the bottom, right? What's the time? That's it. What's fluff? And remember, this Q stands for every. Never, ever, always, over. It was the fluff. The fluff, the fluff, the fluff. Alrighty. Y'all, it's been a time. A time has been had. Y'all make sure y'all go over to this YouTube and subscribe and like and share and comment and let me know how I can help you defeat dosage all 2025. Thank you for tuning in to this session tonight. Work It Out Wednesday. I will be back live on Sunday. Okay. The workbook. There it is. There. Here it is. Here. If you would like to practice more, have everything that I said in book form, then go to the link in my bio. You can get it on the download or you can have it shipped to you. 2025 is no excuses, only results. Go past those exams. See? And Nurse Kevin said that. All right. Y'all also remember that on my website I have your quizzes, okay? And it's got the videos linked to what it is that you're going over in the quiz. So exactly, 2025 is the year to pass those exams, defeat dosage calculations. thank you so much, YouTubers, for tuning in. I appreciate it so greatly. I'm about to cut off the stream now, but I will be back on Sunday night at 8 p.m. Central Time. So I appreciate y'all. And thank you. Let's see. Where is this thing not doing it? Oh. Why is my video not going? No.